There's the
It's
255
the sports car for the gentleman with a heart condition.
Correct. There's the 255 speed in 67, which is a rare
too
thing.
crazy.
All right, Randy, you've got to go first again since we've both done it now. Sports car. Are you ready? Are you prepped for it?
Sports car. Oh man, it's such a great category. I mean, there's so much.
We should do a
stuff
couple honorable mentions
happening
on this because there's a lot.
Is there any American sports car? Do you call it vet a sports car? If you don't call,
Yes, definitely.
Dude,
What? 67? 427?
is that a sport? I mean,
Yes.
they call it America's sports car, but we're saying a Mustang's not a sports car. So
I'm
I
saying
mean,
a Mustang is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
I was
for vet,
thinking-
I'm like, that's not even a question.
Yeah, I guess it is. It has independent rear suspension.
That's it.
It counts, but
It's definitely on my short
but
list.
a road runner,
GM
a
was still
road
top of the
runner is
world,
not a
No.
sports car.
No, I agree with that.
Anyway, there's a lot to
But if
think
we
about.
do 71 and any of you pick a Hemi Barracuda, I would let that slide.
We still got the wild card category.
Yes.
So I mentioned that graduate thing super coincidentally, but I am saying 67 inaugural, or no, they came out a little bit earlier, but Boattail Spider, Alfa Boattail Spider.
Oh, interesting.
That is a great car. If you have not driven one of those, everybody should try to scrap their way to finding a way to drive one of those. I love that car. Had the apple green one that sold on BAT in the second week of auctions. Recently sold again for either the third or fourth time on BAT.
At least the third time, for sure.
And man, that car just really makes me happy. I like those cars a lot.
Great.
And it's sports. If you say a sports car, I mean, that's like
yes, the graduate.
quintessential
There you
sports
go.
car.
I wonder if their sales jumped in 67 after Dustin Hoffman was cruising.
Must
the one.
have.
I'm sure.
Right?
That's a 1667?
1600. They put a 1750 in the 69s before they killed the boat tail in 70. So
Speak
that's
of-
actually a good car too. But it had injection on it, which
Yes,
is lame.
right. That's what I
Nowadays is lame. It was cool back then, but now it's weak. So 1600 with carbs on it in 67 and maybe a color other than red, right? If you had a black one of
Ooh,
those.
black is good.
Or if you had that green, my green was too light. I'd like the darker green. Or if you had a blue one, but the red's great too if it was parked outside. So again, a car, if somebody pulled up in front of the office and was actually just normally driving one of those, so much respect and high five, particularly if the taillights and front end aren't all bashed up from parking in the city.
That's like a sports car on the Wikipedia page, a red Alfa.
That's it. It's
Spider.
perfect.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
I actually saw one of those today too. A late crappy one with big bumpers in that kind of tan color, but old crusty guy.
I love it,
driving
Randy. You don't want the 330 GTC. The Miura does nothing for you. Just give me
I mean, all that stuff's rad, but a sports car is small. A Miura's kind of small. Nah, I don't think of a V12 when I'm thinking of a sports car, right? I think of little, like giant killer.
Well, that's a nice segue to my pick.
Oh man,
That's strong.
Toyota 2000 GT.
There you go.
Okay, my favorite and definitely top of my list. So
I thought I might be stealing that one from
that's
you,
totally
Alex.
fine because I have a long list here.
I wish those were 85 grand.
I know.
You and me both.
I wish that we could actually have one of those because it is actually a 240Z. Nobody tells you the secret, but it drives exactly like a 240Z and it costs 42 times as much.
Probably can't fit in it though. That's the thing I always wonder is if I would even fit in one. They look so
I sat in
tiny.
one. I've never driven one.
Was it really tight inside?
Yeah, but it's like 240Z tight.
Yeah.
It's a 240Z. Just squint, have 3 Japanese beers, and it's the same car.
Just roll your 240Z.
I know it's got
Give it
twin
some more
cams,
curves.
so
Yeah.
people are like, man, Z432, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Which is still an eighth of the price.
Totally. You buy 8 of them or buy 2 of them and then go buy a Benz 600.
But man,
I'll
so
take the
pretty.
Toyota
To
2000.
Randy's
It is
point,
pretty.
small.
Sorry.
It's
Zach,
like a-
keep going.
It's like a homemade and so curvy. I mean, the lines, it's incredible.
Yeah, been a couple years since we had one, but I'm looking at lot number 76746. Gary Seal, thanks for bringing that one to us. Lambo Gas.
Put that on my list of 10 favorite auctions of all time, or at least the Don Yount one, the first one that we had back in
Right.
2016.
I gotta finish that.
Great pick. I'm upset about that.
Speaking of a great pick, what am I showing you a photo of? What does that look like?
God, it looks like a top of a strut mount.
No,
Is it an oil pan?
that's a diff on a straight
Oh.
axle on a Honda S800.
Yeah, they definitely have straight axles. That's not what I'm saying. The early ones are still chain drive, I think, on the 800. Pretty sure.
What's early?
Like
This
the
is
first
67, dude.
the first,
this is the year
first
we're
couple
talking
hundred
about.
cars. I mean, there aren't that many of them.
Okay, well, I'm talking about 67s when I picked that car. And that commuter? Come on.
I remember
Zach,
that exact car.
Commuter. In Wikipedia under commuter.
Look, the owner of that car, the longtime owner of that car, he bought it new and he worked
It's
for
a Honda.
He worked for some race shop. He worked for, is he a Penske guy? Somebody there's a cool story on
There's
that
a
car.
story.
I remember that.
Let me pull the lot number so
specifically.
people can check it. This was lot 2521, and it was fantastic and sold for 30 grand.
Good. Silver.
2016. We were all young kids. 92
Children.
comments.
Children.
What did it sell for? 30 bucks, 30 grand.
Okay. I had Toyota 2000 GT on my sports car list.
Ooh,
I had
no doubles. You're not allowed to take it anymore.
I had C2 Corvette, big block 4-speed.
Okay.
Nice.
I had GTC 911S.
Sports car though, man. Like even in the vet, I'm like, you got to have a small block because a big old honking
I know
427 like kills sports car to me. Sports car is like windy road, tight corners, right?
Man, okay, so then that makes me
That car's a
worried.
pig.
I'm worried that the one I'm going to pick doesn't count then. Okay, this is actually what I
tell
want
me.
right now.
I think it's a complicated term, but I feel like even a big block Corvette's got it. What would you call it?
It counts.
Not a.
I mean, on an open road course or like a GT road or like Skyline or whatever, I mean, it counts. I mean, man, that thing is great, right? But you try to muscle one of those, any car that you're like, oh, it better have power steering or I'm not going to take it on a windy road. That's not a sports car.
But they raced them, right? I mean, they raced them.
Raced
That's
them like crazy.
And the car that I'm going to pick, I don't think they raced.
No
so
race
you guys
cred?
have to tell me if this
What's
counts
a
or not.
Volkswagen? What is
No, a Pagoda. It's a Pagoda
Okay.
sports car.
No.
You don't think so? That's interesting. So 67
Zach,
is
I was going to breathe for 5 seconds before I said no, but Zach just went immediate no.
There's the
It's the
255
sports car for the gentleman with a heart condition.
Correct. There's the 255 speed in 67, which
Wouldn't
is a
wanna get
rare
too
thing.
crazy.
You like the 5 speeds and they're rare, and that's in
I
67.
love
With
that.
the
Those
ZF5
cars are
speed.
beautiful. I totally get it. But
They're sportier with the 5-speed, but are they a sports car? I argue no.
that's like full blown GT car to me.
I mean, what does S in SL stand for? Ding, ding, ding.
Sport light, right?
Sport.
I mean, okay, so my backup would be the 911S, first year 911S.
I mean, that's a prop.
That has back seat though, which the Pagoda doesn't.
No, dude, is it a sports car? Come on.
Okay.
Of course. Yes,
All right.
Yes.
Great.
That's the one that like everybody rushes to pick. I'm kind of glad none of the three of us rushed there too quick, but you got it on like second swing.
All right, if that's all you'll allow me, then I'll take it. I'm happy to have it. It was the first one I thought of. It was actually the first car I thought of in this whole exercise was
Okay.
first year 911S,
Okay.
but it is some basic business.
It's the first car I thought of too, and thought of you picking it.
Yes. It was actually like my fourth choice, but I still really like it.
Is Vet the only 67 sports car made in America?